some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you for 30 days join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
This is not the internet bubble valuations that people were sort of, stating last year. This is not that. These are companies that have solid earnings power, growing, and they're in the right spaces.
Unbelievable. We just got a report. The S&P 500 stocks, the tech stocks, they went up 540% since 2020 and went up about 45% since January for the first half of this year. They've identified that over 60% of those companies have negative earnings. But see, this is just like Washington, like the swamp in Washington. We have a swamp on Wall Street. And these fake business news networks. Terrible. Today, I was amazed today when the market rallied this morning, and now it's given back almost half of it. When the market rallied this morning off the CPI number, I said, this is insane. And what happened was this. As that CPI number came in, and that's the number, remember, that's the favorite number of the Federal Reserve, the CPI. That's what they make a judgment if they're going to raise rates or not. That's your cost, stuff in a basket, X food and energy. And it tells you if the prices are going up or the prices are going down. Then they make a decision whether they're going to raise rates or not. But that number is you can't depend on that number no more than you can depend on the stress test of the banks. Same thing. But let it be what it is. So the CPI shows that, hey, wow, things are better. Just what the fake business network was telling us this morning. Look at this, things are better. Inflation went from 5.3% in May to 4.8%. Wow, that is good. Prices are going down. But here's what they did. They masked the truth. Now that would be good news. I'm not saying it. That would be good news. It would be something to celebrate. And we would be celebrating, our members. Only if the credit card usage wasn't dropping, which is a big red flag. And also, it would be good, happy news if prices were going down for the right reasons. Oh yeah, prices are going down, but you need them to go down for the right reason. There lies the problem. You need prices to be going down because we have a reduction in debt, a reduction in our deficits, a reduction in inflation. We don't have a reduction in any of those, especially debt and deficits. This would have been really good, happy news. And that 285-point rally out of the gate this morning would have sustained itself. Right now, it's back to 108. If, again, it would have been happy news if at the same time the prices were dropping, productivity was increasing to fill demand for products due to results of an increase in our standard of living. As a result of, let's say we had an increase in savings, increase in wages and in benefits and jobs, other than low-paying service jobs. That'd be something to celebrate. If that was happening, if those things were going on, our wages were going up and we had great productivity and the companies were taking the profits and plowing them back in and coming by new machinery, new equipment so we could keep producing, keep up with the demand, and prices were going down, wow, that would be good news. See, when all those things occur at the same time, you don't have price deflation. That's what we got. We got price deflation. Okay? But what we would have if all those things were going on at the same time, we would have a vibrant economy. See, you have a vibrant economy when prices are going down because your economy's growing and wages and savings and benefits and jobs all growing and productivity. And then you can meet that demand and you're competitive. And so prices are going down for the right reason. Prices going down today is for the worst reasons and for the reasons that you're going to get the worst consequences. But see, they masked that this morning. They masked that. Like they masked everything else, the fake business news network. Oh, this was good, happy news. Look at this. Boy, inflation, it's over. It's over. They're not going to raise rates anymore. That wasn't the case. This was a big red flag this morning. See, the CPI this morning identified we have deflation in prices. Now, that's much different than prices contracting. Deflation in prices is different than prices contracting. See, when you have deflation in prices, you're in trouble. But when you have prices contracting, when you have good economic growth, that's a good thing. But what we've got right now is we got deflation of prices, which occurs when an economy is swamped in $32 trillion worth of debt and deficits. So when you hear this sort of saying, boy, look, prices are deflation, that's a good thing. No, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Deflation is associated with $32 trillion in debt and record deficits. That's a bad thing. And now that has made us, remember, dependent on a continuous new credit. We always have to go find new credit, i.e. new increased debt, massive money printing, new credit, meaning going and borrowing from China. Our debt keeps on increasing. So when you have prices deflating, you don't have economic growth, you don't have productivity increasing, you don't have wages going up, but you got prices going down, you are so screwed. But nobody told anybody the truth this morning. They're telling you, oh, let's have a party. Well, guess what? The party's over. The market was up 275 points on that news this morning. Now the Dow's only up 113 points. Maybe somebody's thinking about this, that this was really bad news. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable what happened. See, deflation is so much different than contraction of prices. And what they did this morning, they saw the deflation, they saw that number, they knew it was deflation, it was bad, they masked it and then celebrated it. What are you, nuts? This is crazy. See, this price deflation as to our CPI today is caused, again, by debt that fuels an asset bubble, i.e. our stock market. our stock market. When you have debt fueling your asset bubble instead of earnings, that's what's going on right now. As I just said, look at the stock market, up 40% for the first half of the year, the S&P, but earnings, 60% of the company, they're not hitting earnings. Earnings are horrible, they're negative. This is crazy. This is crazy. So we have negative earnings. And what are the consequences? They didn't tell you about this morning, but I told my members. The consequences are very, very severe. That's why you got to learn how to sell short. When I get back from this break, let's talk about the consequences. This is where you get the truth, not the crap. We'll be right back after the break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there with the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot. at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Let's just talk about the fundamentals, right? The labor market is fine. We actually had, aggregate incomes rose quite sharply in June.
Oh, really? Really? Well, how about this? Wages are at 4.4%. Inflation is at 5.3%. Now, when most people hear that number, they that's not much difference. Oh, yes, it is. That's a lot of that's the same if somebody was to build a bridge for you, and it was a mile long from one end to the other, but they missed the other side by half a mile. That's how big that is. To try to get back down to where they're going 2%, you know how hard that is? I don't think you'll ever see 2% again. But going back to, listen to this again, more, just like this morning. When they came out this morning and they're telling us how everything is terrific, right? That good number, man. Look at this. Prices are going down. Yeah, as I said, that'd be great if we were in a great economy, if wages were going up, productivity was going up. Yeah, it'd be great. But it's just the opposite. Just the opposite. In fact, listen to this.
Savings continue to be significantly elevated relative to where they were before the pandemic. So across all income cohorts, deposit balances are up between 40 and 70%.
What a lie.
Savings rates among the consumers have dropped from excess savings of $2 trillion down to about zero.
They lie so much. Before they come on these programs, these guests, they should get them all together and say, what's your story? What's your story? Well, here at Phil's Gang, we have one story. The truth. The truth. And if things were so great, then why is the market, it was at 285 points this morning, the Dow is now at 74. Ask any gang member, any of my gang members. I said to them this morning, those numbers came up. I said, here's what they're going to do, right before the numbers came out. I said, they're going to tell you, I said, you watch. The cost of goods are going to come down. They're going to twist it, and the fake business networks are going to twist it and make up a fake story that this is great news. Cost of goods are coming down. The White House is going to say, this is great. Cost of goods, we're beating inflation, is coming down, which is so wrong. As I said a moment ago, and I keep repeating myself, this would be a good thing. News would be good this morning. And the market would be up 500 points this morning. Only if our wages were increasing, our productivity was increasing, our savings were increasing. This is unbelievable.
Savings rates among the consumers have dropped from excess savings of $2 trillion down to about zero. We're just a couple $100 billion away from being, all the excess savings is gone thanks to inflation and thanks to consumption.
Savings continue to be significantly elevated relative to where they were before.
I can't stand it anymore. Bankruptcies. If things were so good, then why is it the bankruptcies are surging? Do they keep this from you too? We have debt. It's not just this country, but think about the debt the consumers are carrying. We have $17 trillion in record household debt between credit cards, mortgage debt, auto debt, student debt, and they're behind on auto car payments. 7 million people are behind. 8 million people behind on rent. This is of June. This is as of June, the end of June, closing out June. We have bankruptcies. Think about the bankruptcies. Chapter 11 bankruptcies. The first 6 months of 2022 was 1,766. Then it rose by 68% the first 6 months of this year. 66%. But you don't hear anybody telling you that. I've been telling you that all along. Business bankruptcies. The first 6 months of this year. 2023. 2,973. Those are businesses. Now let's just take the small businesses, the small startup and the small business existing. Those bankruptcies in the first 6 months of this year up 111%. Chapter 13 bankruptcies, just take those. They rose by 23% in the first months of this year. Commercial, there's the big problem. That's what's going to hit your bank stocks. That's why your bank stocks are going down when yields are going up. Remember, we always buy bank stocks when yields are going up because they make more money. No more. Yields are going up, banks are getting killed, and we've been shorting them. Now, as we're going into earnings season, the first to report are the banks. And I showed my members. I said, watch what they'll do now. They'll take these banks and rig them and start pushing them up just before we get into earnings next week or this week here. When do they report to banks? I think on Friday. And that's exactly what was happening. All of a sudden, you started to see the banks going up. And we did a little bit of trading, not much on those, because these banks are going to get killed. So you got small business bankruptcy up 111% in the last 6 months. Chapter 13, personal bankruptcies up over 23% in the first 6 months. Give me a break. And commercial real estate. This is where the big problem is going to be for the regional banks. All the rentals and all the commercial buildings. I mean, it's unbelievable. They're getting killed. 12,107 commercial filings were reported during the first half of this year. 12,000. That's about a 22% increase year over year. And credit card debt. Here's what's really going on. They didn't tell you this morning. No one mentioned this morning. Credit cards right now, guess what? They're contracting. That's bad news. When you see credit cards contracting, you don't see people hitting those credit cards, get ready for a crash, because that means consumption is done. They're tapped out. And we know they're tapped out. People are tapped out. But let's get back to the consequences. What are the consequences when we have deflation this morning? And do you think we went up 285 points on the Dow? We're now at 67. I bet we turned negative. Why would we have gone up 285? And why are we now back 67? Because they fed us a line of crap. That's why. But we didn't fall for it. My members didn't fall for it. And now, when we get back from break, I'm going to tell you about the consequences of their big lie today.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of PhilsGang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy of PhilsGang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You can listen to me every day on my syndicated radio show and podcast, Instagram, Facebook, Rumble, Apple, and YouTube. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, I have these little 1-minute shorts. They're little films, little short films, 1 minute. And we get thousands and thousands of people that go look at those little shorts because they're very informative, okay? They're free. So check it out, all right? Now, listen to this. These are the people you're supposed to depend on. These are the people who manage your money.
Again, most people who are arguing for consumer strength, excess savings, all the rest of it, why are we starting to see people falling behind meaningfully in that way?
Well, I think you're seeing normalization in some areas of credit. I wouldn't call delinquency sort of an economy-wide problem. I would just say that there are some areas where you have issues among certain cohorts.
It's not a problem. I wouldn't consider delinquency as a problem. Just go get another credit card. It's a problem. I got 10, 12, 14 cards. I'll get 20 more, whatever. Can you imagine the stupidity of these people? And these are the people that are on these financial shows, and people sit there with a pad and take down stocks that these guys are telling you to buy. These are gangsters. These are gangsters. These are just like, there's no difference between these people, these fake business networks, than there is the swamp in Washington. All you get is lies, lies. Okay, consequences. So when you have deflation, which is much different than when prices are going down in a good economy. Okay, so when prices are going down in a bad economy, you got a real problem. Because the consequences are it increases debt. Rates, your debt keeps piling up. Interest rates, both short-term and long-term debt, go up. So your debt increases, the country's debt increases, interest rates keep going up on both long-term, short-term debt. And then we get that big increase in unemployment, huge unemployment, okay? And that's what we're going to, we haven't even felt the unemployment from the manufacturers. Wait till you see, and we haven't even felt all the unemployment from the tech. Look at the techs. Tech's unbelievable. I mean, they're laying off another 300,000. Who's this? This is the tech companies like Microsoft and there's been laying people off. They save $300,000 per person when they lay them off. That's why they lay them off, and that's why the economy is going to get worse and worse. So as they lay people off, and prices go down because people don't have money to buy something, the demand goes down. And you own a store and you sell, let's say, sport coats, and nobody's coming in the door because they don't have any money, and you got 5 clerks, who goes first? The clerks. This is where we are, but they're not going to tell you the truth. We tell you the truth here at Phil's Gang. And when you start seeing increased debt, increased interest rates, because of what we are now, we are in a deflation atmosphere. They'll never admit it, just like they don't admit 2 negative quarters back to back are no longer considered a recession, according to our president. And they're never going to admit that we are in a stage of deflation, and that's really bad. And so also remember, not only do our debt increases, our interest rate increases, and we have an increase in unemployment, right? But don't forget, you lose consumer confidence. That's when you're really screwed. That's when people don't go buy anymore. So then you lose, consumer spending stops. And then you start seeing credit cards, okay? They're not using credit cards as much. That's what we're seeing right now. But they'll spit and say, oh, look at this. They're so strong. They're paying off their credit cards. Consumers are so strong. That's how they spin all this garbage. So, and the other thing, these are the same people that put you in stocks that benefit them. Not you, benefit them, okay? So remember, all I can tell you is when China is dead, when China's demand is dead, like it is now, it's over. It's over. I said back in January 16, 2018, I said the tech stocks were going to get hit first. And I was right. And I said, then what's going to get hit is we're going to get hit with a big crash because of China. It's going to be tech stocks first, then China. And we're right there right now with China. So let's talk about the market a little bit, okay, what we've been doing in the market. And we've been doing really, really well. And most of our members have been doing well if they listen and do what we tell them to do. If we had right now, let's go to we did a wonderful rotation. Remember, we were up in all of our tech stocks because we bought them early on. We bought our tech stocks when nobody wanted them, all right? And we bought those tech stocks January, February, and March. So now Microsoft, Apple, all these stocks are up about 40% or more. So we're taking profits, and now we're getting ready to sell them short. We're just waiting for our color-coded chart to turn red and give us the signals that we need. So we'll be out of these stocks. But in the meantime, as these stocks have been going up in the last couple of weeks, we've been taking money from them, and we rotated money out of Apple. We rotated money out of NVIDIA, and we rotated money out of Microsoft and Amazon. And we went and we put money into NCLH, and now what and NCLH went up about what 20-30%. Let's see, we got into NCLH somewhere around give it to me, Willie, $14, and then we started to take profits around $22. 57. That's a 57% gain we have in NCLH with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and I got my members in that early. I also told them they could also buy CCL at the same time. We got about a 50% gain in that. Let me just double check, make sure. We got in that stock in May of around we got in somewhere around I'll use $10, and right now it hit around $19. So that's a 90% gain, 90% gain that we had in CCL. And then I had them go into, remember where we got this money from. This is after we had 40% gains in our tech stocks. But what is common about both those? We got into tech when nobody wanted them, and we had to wait for a month, almost 2 months, before the tech stocks lined up and our Pro 2 color-coded chart turned green. That's the problem. You got to have patience. It's like playing chess. You got to sit there and let the pattern come to you. 85% you're going to lose money in tech stocks because you're buying the tech stocks now. You're buying the tech stocks right now. You're getting excited, listen to everything they're telling you, and you're buying tech stocks now. No, you had to buy tech stocks when nobody wanted them, just like you had to buy the airlines. Like we bought AAL, we bought American Airlines around $13, and it's around $18 right now. That's a 38% gain. And then we bought Alaskan Airlines. We bought that around I think we bought that, it was around $42, and right now it's at $55. That's a 30% gain. So if you take just our tech stocks, took money from that, let's say we use an average return of 40%. Let's use 30%, okay? Because I don't know where all our gang members they got in or not. So we took money from that, moved it over to our cruise lines and airlines, leisure. And then I said, let's take money from our cruise lines and leisure and let's start putting them into oil. Everybody thought I was nuts. I said, so let's buy some Schlumberger, okay? And let's buy BKR, all right? That was another nice stock. We had a nice oil stock, BKR. And let me just get them up here for you. So let's, Baker Hughes. So Baker Hughes, we got into Baker Hughes somewhere around $29, and now it's at $34. We got into Schlumberger, that's a 17% return, and then we got into Schlumberger. We got into Schlumberger early, before anybody wanted Schlumberger. We got into Schlumberger somewhere around, I think it was around $48, and now it's $56. So 16%. So you gotta learn to rotate. And I'll talk more about that when I get back. Why don't you join our gang, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Warning.
Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership, or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com, and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. By the way, talking about our gift shop, if you missed our webinar, which we covered a lot on shorting, you can get that in our gift shop, okay? You can purchase that in our gift shop, and it's a great seminar. It's a lot about shorting, and that will help you, believe me. You know, it's the hardest thing in the world is to convince people, okay, that you'll never convince them to get out of their 401k because they they're in there for one reason. They're only in there because of the match. And as I told you 100 times, that match goes away so fast because I know I brought 2 companies public. I ran public companies, and what you do is you figure out the real cost of matching you, and then the position is reduced. The salary of that position is reduced. That's one way you get it back. And then, of course, the company and the mutual funds screw you. Okay, they catch you with all these hidden fees that some people don't even know there's fees, and are getting hit. So. And they'll tell you, or you look up online, what's the average return on a 401k. I laugh when I see it. It says 4 to 5% over 10 years. Give me a break. Are you kidding me? Over 10 years, 4 to 10%. You're lucky if you get an average over 20 years. Over 20 years. You're lucky to get 3% because they're not counting and deducting all the hidden fees you're paying. Where the S&P, I'll tell you what, just leave. Let's just pretend you get 5% on your 401k return a year. You get double that on your spiders. But more than that, you also, when the market starts to drop, you make money when the market's going down because you sell the stock short. And that's what you're going to learn during your 10 days trial period with us. There's no obligation. There's no obligation. You want to leave? That's it. Don't worry about it, okay? So, and the other thing is, again, your friends and neighbors and have them listen to me on my, not only my radio shows, but also on my podcast, which is Instagram, Facebook, Rumble, Apple, and YouTube. All right, so the gang. Let's talk a little bit about the gang. The gang, we are a teaching platform, okay? And we designed our own software that makes sense, okay? It always was strange to me, while the software, when you look at yours, you always have candlesticks that, for example, I'm looking at Schlumberger right now. Now, if you look at Schlumberger from June 1, okay, up to, let's say, up to June 27th, you notice your candlesticks are a variety of green, red, green, red, green, red, right? So you got green that turns red and green. If you look at my candlesticks, it stayed solid red. Now, what's that mean? Well, it's telling you, because every candlestick is red, it's accurate. It measures the money that's going in and out. It's telling you there's more money going out. And if you purchase it as it's going up, which you would do on your software, because you see a green candlestick, and then your money manager will tell you to buy, right? They'd buy it for you. You don't realize you're buying, okay, when your risk is on. You never want to buy risk on. You always want to buy risk off. So by the fact that our candlesticks not only are red, but they will tell you, I'm just looking at Schlumberger. So let's say if you got in, okay, a Schlumberger, let's say you got on your chart, you got in, let's say, around $43, and any time between 43 and 47, that stock could have collapsed. It didn't. It went from 43 up to 48. It didn't collapse, but because it stayed red, it's telling you it's a risk-on trade. Don't be in it, because there's a high probability that they're going to pull money out and it will collapse, which means you could be in that stock, get in, let's say, around low of $43. Now you're feeling pretty good, and it's up to $48, but you don't realize you could wake up the next morning, it could be all the way down to $41. By waiting for it to turn green, which we did on June 27th, okay, at around $48, that means we had a higher probability of getting to $56, a higher probability than you did, by buying, to get to $56 by buying it at around 48. You got in at a lower price, let's say 43, but you got a high risk of failing. So my chart prevents you, okay, from failing. My chart prevents you from failing. So I can get so in other words, I got a higher probability on my chart to get from, let's say, 43 to 56 than you do. Because once it turned green, even though you got in, let's say, at 43 and I got in at 46, I got a higher probability of making money more than you do. Because any time during your period of time when it was red, say between 43 and say 47, it could have dropped 10, 15%. So the charts work beautifully. And every morning you get coffee talk, okay, which I give you by 8:30 in the morning. And I go through the stocks that we're in, okay, our group of stocks that we're in. And then we go through those. Then we explain what I believe what the market's going to do that morning. I talk a lot about yields, okay, because anybody who buys a stock and doesn't follow the bond market, the yield market, you're never going to make money in this business, okay, because yields are so important. Because when a yield is down or a yield is up, you should know, okay, if yields are down, what stock should I be in? What stock shouldn't I be in? That's what you're going to learn during that 10 days free. Yields are so important. The bond market is so important. It keeps you out of trouble because it really. And then the other thing, you during the coffee talk, we also identify where's the money going. Is the money going to value stocks or is the money going to growth stocks? Very important to know where the money's flowing to. See, the people that have your 401k or invested money, they could care less. They always hope that you're a typical buy and hold. They can convince you to then buy and hold a stock. That's what they look for. If they can convince you to buy and hold, they got it made. Because all they do is ka-ching, 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 and they don't have to work. Because buy and hold is one of the worst things ever in this business. And the other thing is that when you join our gang, you're going to learn how to do what we call position trades. Those are trades you can be in for 3 months to 3 years. Or you can be doing swing trades that you're in for 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. But you get a comfort of what you want to do. But the biggest thing you're going to learn is the people who make money stay with the same 6 stocks all year. The same 6. And they have the same bonus stocks, which we have about, let's say, 10 of them. So my regular stocks, I make about 80%, 75-80% of my income comes from my 6 stocks, and the rest comes from my bonus stocks. By staying in the same bonus stocks, the same 6 stocks being the best stocks, the probability of you losing money is so small, okay? Because what you're really working with is risk off. That's the one thing you got to learn about when you're investing in stocks. You always got to be working risk off, not risk on. And 9 out of 10 of you lose money because you always buy the stock after it already went up 20, 15, 20%, 30%. Most people buy stocks at the end of its run. They always get in late. In this business, you got to be patient. You got to say, okay, there's 11 groups in the stock market. I'm going to pick 3 groups that most of the money goes in, and I'm going to wait until that group really gets beaten up so bad. Now I can buy stocks on sale. If you have that patience with our software, try it for 10 days, what a difference it makes because you can sell short as well as go long. Go to my site, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.